So yeah, like I said, the old system was like a reference where like they tried to like go off and see if they could use that magnitude to go off and see if it can penetrate as further down into that small crevice, right? What's up? Because of the fact that that system itself has like too many gaps in between. Yeah, they would go off and like use a special symmetry technique to be able to somewhat reduce some things down to a magnitude, but then it leads to like a perfect symmetry that then cannot fit into like the smallest crevices around the space. So that's when they use an AI system to then go off and like somewhat fold the entire thing into one singular point like this over here, and then combine it with multiple singular point back into a system that will look just like that, but on a much more flexible dimension like this one over here. And then they're able to go off and like fit that inside of a crevice from the inside. And then someone found new things around the space. They go in, found new things, and then eventually they will build a computational model with that knowledge itself and that reference with that current computational power that they got to then go off and redevelop a new computational power, and by going back in the outside with whatever found in a system that they found with like new techniques and like with the current new technique that they got with the AI system, to then go off and revise everything from the inside back to the outside, and then eventually it's going to give birth to something new later on the space. So during that time itself, that's the energy that's going to be like the dot-com boom on the space. That's actually a real renaissance that's going to lead to like a multiple millionaire or billionaire for whoever has the time or like the energy to go off and contribute inside some of that task. That's it, to the amount of work to go off and be behind a system to be able to create new models or like new computers and new systems on the space side. Yeah. Well, currently the winners are going to be those that have the experience and the ideas and the visions. That's why the others, I said again, they're going to try to copy and replicate all ideas or systems, possibly just like go only as far as they reached previously on the space side. Because you already know the copy and paste method, and eventually you already know the index site like Craigslist and like some of the scalpers that exist around that space here. That's some of the scammers that go off and create some of your bots, some of your spy work on the space that go off and monitor some of the hotels and then run the scams around the space up, and then somewhat go off and like hack and like do ransomware on that system itself, and then deal with a Chinese network that go off and like somewhat hang out on the market and monitor every product on like Walmart or Amazon.com or even Craigslist, to then go off and like somewhat unload their own inventory or try to go off and like copy or replicate things as cheaply as possible, and then dump it in masses across the market with the help of other Americans that are looking to get rich on the space side, that are doing things like eBay selling on the space side. So, yeah, so they're the same people that do the storage war on the space side. So somewhere where that's my competition over here. I don't appreciate somebody coming around and like someone exposing me to like so many scammers intentionally based off like jealousy and rage and like my ethnicity on the space side, and then going off to like snitch on me to like about talking about drugs inside that black neighborhood. I said, nigga, please. So I said, by the end of the day, yeah, when you have like the community talks around the black neighborhood, that's where it's like black on black violence and like all that stuff that happened on the space outside, that's pretty normal on the neighborhood outside because it's done into the school. That's how I got to pick it up on the space outside, because within my school over here, we had so many of these discussions as kids, and then it picks up with you as you grow up on the space outside. And that's what allowed you to avoid the previous path of like the individuals that wanted to like step into the traps and die with it on the space side. So someone when you see the instinctively as an animal or like a species, when you see somebody in front of you go off and step on the mine, you know especially that this path that they took over here is a lethal one. So you step to the side of it and you avoid it, and that's what allowed me to survive on the space based on like the dead bodies of my own brethren on the space that fell for the trap of like the white society and the wars that they were having into like a genocidal empire that caught them on the space side. So somehow I picked up that knowledge and then I continue forward on the space side. I don't know where that white boy came from with like the separation in between the groups on the space side. That's why I had to go off and be like you and don't associate, don't feel it. I said by the time they put some of these black spies into your physical and they come to like go off and make fun of like black power itself, because some of them are like do like angel dust, PCP and the stuff on the space side, and their head is long gone around the space. That white boy is going to have indents on the tune of like being able to supply them or feeding them around the space, and then go off and act like their brothers around the space, and then be able to like somewhat kill you in the process. They say where they kill that Black Panther in the UK over there. So somehow, yeah, be very careful. That's how I tell you the mixture like communism, other things over here is going to separate the diaspora and then lead each other's fruit for like special mission that's way to the state, survival on the special. So try to like dodge it. The worst one that I have is the Holy War. That somewhat separate the blacks amongst the black Muslims that are under the Arabs that are going to be their spies, that are going to like carry out the masters to go from like somewhat suppress and dominate the other groups. Yeah, with the wealth of the masters and the hive that they will go for like support them on the special. So be very careful, because I said that the hive itself is not just like an Arab castle. It also fall into an Asian diaspora. The Muslims on the special that own a whole bunch of slaves in Africa. The special on the special, and some of my big bosses behind a whole bunch of manufacturing from hotels and corporations on the special. So they have a real secret clan order over them. So I said, by the end of the day, you won't see the combination of like African, Asians, and others are on the space side. In there, you want to find the American version of it that's going to be highly educated within the engineering space. That coincidentally will be tied to like Silicon Valley. They're going to be around California, especially with the younger kids that are going to be mixed with some of the Arab gene, mixed with that Latino stuff around the space side. And they're going to mix them up with like the black gene around the space side. And they're going to look like they're like genetically altered on the space side, but with a backing of like a rich house. So they're always going to be well dressed, well versed on the space side, and well educated. Yeah, so I said, by the end of the day, me over there, I navigate around all this specific stuff. I said I didn't expect somebody to go off and sabotage me during my early growth on the space, and then do everything in their power to go off and like somewhat rob the American justice system of my justice around the space, and then she's somewhat corrupted and be on a foreign power that's not even in the United States. Outside the US where they have blasphemy laws. That's stupid. That's why I got to ignore this thing over there. And that's how I always know that I'll step over it in America as my American passport, because it don't have a proper logic at all. All it has is just a bullshit ghetto ass shit. That's why it's like you can't say this shit over here that's disrespectful to like this gang over there, this crew. We want to do a breakdance battle on the special side, and somewhere blasphemy laws, and like over here we whip people for this shit over here. I'm like, well, here's my courthouse over here. We have animal protection laws. This guy over there just threw a rock at a seal. They're throw him in prison, and they're gonna read him a whole bunch of rights on the special side. So I was like, well, by the time you tell me that I'm not going to work, and then somehow I'm making a check off the American people over there, I said, do you have a kid?